Hello, what's going on, everybody? Back with another watch list. Let me pop open my screens. Here we go. This one and this one. There we go. Should be good. So no trade day for me. Just not seeing a ton out there, and especially in a market when I'm not seeing things super well, definitely is not a time for me to want to be pushing it and trying. Um, I guess it's not really trying new things because I think that's where a lot of my development has come over the years is in drawdown periods when I realize that once my playbook of setups isn't playing out so well, that then I start to dabble and try and learn other things, and that's where I've learned the large cap swing trades, and I've traded some breakdown setups, and when I was doing small cap breakouts, first red days, first green days, it all kind of it adds. I actually had a good chat with Chris from Investors Underground, Chris Lancelotti, and it all goes back to that network conversation. Why you have a network, why you're in chat rooms, and all that sort of thing. And that's exactly it. Chris saw I made a post, I don't know, one of the last few days, talking about how I was in a drawdown period the last couple of weeks and just wasn't finding any consistently in the current action, current environment. And Chris reached out and was just looking for some constructive feedback, a little pick me up, and kind of trying to get me back on track, sort of thing. So appreciate Chris and appreciate him reaching out. And part of our conversation was talking about hymns. He was kind of asking questions on what I typically trade and what I'm good at, and one of them was Jobby, for example, where we had this little breakout that in previous months this would have led to higher prices, but currently breakouts are failing. Right here, you had one, hymns, you had one beginning of October where this looks pretty good. It's tightening, it's flagging. Kulamagi, I believe, was trading this one, and it pops and then never sees higher. And now you're getting those top wicks on the daily that's starting to fail to follow through, and you've got this big 41 level on a multi-month time frame that this loses 41. This could get hit. And I was looking at hymns on this day. I didn't take that one. I was looking at Jobby. I took Jobby on this day, went higher for 2 days, and then see you later. So you're just starting to get a lot less follow through, a lot less multi-day runners, multi-day moves, sustain momentum. And typically in the markets that I'm doing well in are when you have those multi-day moves, specifically in small caps, but beyond sort of marked the top in terms of my sort of P&L curve, where since this day, and I tried to dip by this one a few times, led to a couple losses, and SCNX just wouldn't bounce. CMBM was a tough mother to try and bounce. But yeah, Beyond was kind of marked the top of sort of my setups working and being productive in the markets. So with that being said, I took a step back. I wasn't trading super heavy. I gave back a small chunk of my overall profits from the year, but didn't want to, give back a month or give back 2 months or something like that. So I kind of stopped the bleeding, took a step back, and just haven't been trading as much in the last week or so. Just trying to figure out getting in where I fit in and what kind of memories I want to make. So, anyways, without further ado, might as well go into a watch list for tomorrow. Basically, narrowed it down to 4 main watches, and they're high conviction, decent looking setups. So, I'll start off here with NUAI. Was another breakout that I had traded right here that ultimately failed. But this bigger picture higher low trend has held since the beginning of October, and now a month later we're still consolidating right on it. Now we've fake breakout, false breakout through the 620s, 670s, came right back, 620 act as resistance, and now we're right on this 550, 560 horizontal support, also aligning with this higher low daily trend, getting tight here right along that trend line. So if that starts to break down under these prior 2-bar lows and starts to roll over, I think this could get hit and would be worth watch for a breakdown setup. Given that these breakouts aren't following through, maybe it may be worth watch for some sort of fade, kind of like that. Next one, ASST, was the retail run up. Retail traders looking for the next BYND, and typically the first one goes a lot farther because it catches people off guard. And then as people look for the next one, it's not as much of a surprise when they start to get going. So this one ran for 3 days, pulled back. I traded this little bounce trade, not for much, but took a small gain on it right here into the 130s. Pulled back. I didn't buy any more. Risk was versus those 109s. I took about a 2-to-1 trade and just didn't rebuy. So far, getting the move I would have liked to see. As long as this continues to build over the 140s, this looks like it has a shot back up towards those big picture daily breakouts. So keeping it on watch. Doesn't necessarily have to go tomorrow. I ideally wouldn't happen tomorrow, and kind of builds up towards those price levels. So it's actually a tradable breakout. Femi, this one's setting up really well. The further you zoom out, it's got these pop and drop, pop and drop, pop and drop, and now the difference is it's starting to build back here. So each time it gets this volume surplus, it fizzles all the way back. Volume fizzles all the way back, and now this one, you get this little transitional day, pops and fails versus looking left levels, but immediately comes right back. So now this 90-92 breakout level on the daily is lining up with these lower highs. So this one I think is worth a watch for a breakout trade, and we could be getting into a daily candle and then maybe a gap up or something like that. So this one's setting up pretty well. No overhead resistance there nearby. Kind of like Rainy, where this one's got some resistance. It's push, pulled, consolidated, but it's got so much more resistance overhead that it just doesn't look as ideal. Now, it could still work, but with Femi, push, pull, and now it's consolidated, but it's right up near its daily highs. That's just the difference I'm seeing there. And then hymns would be that last one. Touched on that one briefly, but this 41 big picture breakdown is worth a watch. So far, looking at like an intra-daily, these pops versus 49s are having trouble. You're getting these top wicks on the daily that continue to fail to follow through the last couple days. But the more A-grade setup for me is kind of the inverse of the breakout, where it pulls back, has some trouble at lows, maybe tightens up, gets an inside day or two before actually rolling over and breaking down. So those would be my 4 main watches, in addition to that little spiel and market environment chit chat at the beginning there. So I hope that brought you guys some value this evening. I will leave it there. I hope you guys are staying safe and doing okay, and trade them well. And I will see some of you in Investors Underground tomorrow. Peace.